why would you form a committee of 10 people to fix a leaking roof? Which country are we? What are we saying as a nation? It shows to the incompetence of CS Murkomen. Because if he will form a committee to fix a leaking roof, what will happen to roads that have stalled in Nandi? He will form a whole African Union or United Nations. Thank you very much. I will not take much of your time. I appreciate your presence. And you know what has just happened at the Senate chamber? I've been thrown out by the speaker, the sessional speaker, for trying to speak out on behalf of the great people of Nandi. I know, as you are aware, as per the standing order of the Senate, this today was the appearances of cabinet secretaries, cabinet secretary of roads, cabinet secretary of sports and arts, and also cabinet secretary of national treasury. The tradition of parliament is that after the main question has been asked in the Senate, you are given opportunity to ask a supplementary question. And it is very unfortunate because I have been waiting for the CS of Roads, Murkomen, to grill him and ask questions in the Senate as per the standing orders. As you are aware, 2 weeks ago or one week ago, they came and insulted me. He came and insulted me in Nandi. And it's the same questions I wanted to ask today is the questions that were that have been there. For example, about Kaiboi Chepterua Chepsaita Road, there was Nandil Simaki Road, there was Lesos Cheptiret Center, Cheptiret Center, sorry. There was also Mugundo in Nandil's Town Road. There was Boito Maraba Kopere Road. There is Kaiboi Celia Road. And there is the road from Digiri, Kipkelion, Tindret, West Pokot Road. And then there was the matter of Kerenga Airstrip in Kericho. And also the issue of train towards Bomet in Rift Valley. So, members of the press, these were my questions that I wanted to bring to the attention of the CS as per the standing order 51 of the Senate standing orders. So, unfortunately, the Speaker found it wise or unwise not to allow me. And I had sat from 9:30 patiently, and I had queued even on the dashboard. I was number one. And I wanted to speak. I was not speaking because, as Cherargei, I was speaking on behalf of many Kenyans and people of Nandi who elected me. And these roads have stalled since 2017. The CS in January 2023 came to Mosoriat in Nandi and said within 3 weeks, these contractors would have reported to the pathetic road in Nandi. Even the one of, there was one of Chemuswa Danger. All those roads were supposed, the contractor should have reported. So these were just my simple questions that I wanted to ask the CS of Roads. And it looks like the House was captured by the CS of Roads because I am a ranking member. I had queued earlier, and there is a standard and tradition of parliament where you give priority to ranking members. It has been established in Commonwealth tradition. Number two, the question was on Kerenga Airstrip, Eldoret International Airport, Kisumu International Airport, the leaking, JKI roof. Those were my questions that I wanted to ask to find. Why would you form a committee of 10 people to fix a leaking roof? Which country are we? What are we saying as a nation? It shows to the incompetence of CS Murkomen. Because if he will form a committee to fix a leaking roof, what will happen to roads that have stalled in Nandi? He will form a whole African Union or United Nations to come and fix the roads in Nandi. Because if he cannot fix a leaking roof, if it's to fix, I can imagine, what about the stalled roads in Kenya? So that is the incompetence I wanted to call out on the floor of the House. And it is very unfortunate that because of other dynamics, he captured the House to sue to his tweet. Because even he was making sniding remarks. He was even answering senators directly, which is not the procedure of the standing orders. You answer the House through the Speaker. And any question that is asked by a member is owned by the House. It is not the exclusiveness. So we wanted to call out such incompetencies. This Mombasa Road, from here, the lower deck, it is flooding. It's not marked. A contractor went away with billions of shillings in the lower deck. Kenyans are, this city is like a floating city in the biblical era. The roads are being washed away, and you heard him, he defended the Chinese. Why would you defend that? We go and borrow loan from a Chinese? We bring it from China here, then we give to contractors of China to go back with our money. What will happen to our local contractors? And that is why I'm coming up with a legislative called Public Procurement and Disposal Act to amend, to say that all contracts below 2 billion exclusively to local contractors, which are Kenyans. And number 2, all contracts below 200 million should be given to youth and special interest group. And I've shared it is with the legislative services. I know it will be gazetted, and I'll share with this. Number 2, another final question I wanted to ask him is on the issue of Kenya Airways. And I'll share you with a copy. I wanted to ask, what is aircraft fuel and oil contracts? The issue is why the aircrafts could not be converted to cargo. Like, for example, he gave out 3 aircrafts. The KQ have granted 3 aircrafts. B7 and 87 registered 5Y, KZJ for 8 months, and 2 aircraft, 737-700 registered 5Y, KQH, and 5Y, KQG since 2020. The questions was the follows, was to ask why the aircrafts could not be converted to cargo owned by KQ like 737-300S, which are much older than 700. Number 2, the issue of KQ leases, where aircrafts are parked, you know, like in Heathrow, in Hartsfield, even in New York. Number 3, what has happened to the paying of parking fees by the KQ? Of course, the small matter of the rigging roofs in KQ, and also disembarking of passengers. You know, now people are being rained on at JKIA. You disembark 50 meters from the veranda, and you get rained on. You can imagine if they are disabled or people who are expectant, people who are, and other children, people who are sick. You can imagine the inconvenience. And then there have been also removal of parts of some of the station aircrafts, and I'll give you this so that you get the specifications of those aircraft. And then the issue of financial losses, including why would he donate to Mangu High School a plane which is still new? And this plane, if you look at this plane, why would you donate a plane that is worth $100 million to a school? You donate toys. What do you expect a high school child to do with a plane? And this plane is still new. That plane, according to the valuation, is $100 million and it could have generated around $600,000. I've done my homework very well. That's why they feared me speaking at the floor of the House. Some people could have gone for long call and short call combined. Was the aircraft? Because we wanted to see the value report. These are serious issues. I'm not personal. I'm just asking questions that are there. And then what about the book value? So and then the operational capability, the implementation of the Senate report of 2015, McKinsey report of 2015-2016, Deloitte report of 2016, and the famous small matter of Polish 5 consultants of 2019, and then this group, the one called Steer Group of March 2021. We wanted to know how much audit was paid by KQ, what were the recommendations, what are the AI expatriates expected to be there. So these were there were only 3 questions. The roads in Nandi, the issue of Kerengaya Strip, and in Eldoret International Airport, the small matter of rigging roofs, and then the JKI, Kisumu. Kisumu does not even have a sewerage, Kisumu International Airport. And you know, Kerenga, by the way, is very interesting, because it's the only airport in Africa and in the world where you get stuck. Have you guys seen a plane which gets stuck? And it is the only plane where you board while wearing a gumboot. Some of us wear a gumboot so that we go to the farm. But Kerengaya Strip is the opposite, and you saw what happened. So these were the issues, the 3 questions. I didn't want to be personal, but it seems he has, and I want to say without fear of contradiction, personally, sinunui uoga, because bei ya uoga ilishuka, hata wakinipea free, siwezi nunua. So I know truth will always stand with me. The people like Jean Marie Serone, the people who stood with the right are still remembered because they stood with the people. I want to assure my people of Nandi and the great people of Kenya, we shall continue speaking the truth and doing our oversight work without fear of anybody, including 10% from Chinese. You don't go and eat 10% of Chinese and come and vomit out our legs. We'll call you out when time comes. And I still have many doors here to show when the CS visited That one is too hot, eh? Can we... He visited, I'm trying to get China Wuyi. In China, he has visited China severally. And you heard at the floor of the house defending Chinese contractors. Where will the hustler contractors who voted for us go if you are giving them contract? Because he received a bribe, and I am daring him to come clean on the allegation of receiving $100 million from China Wuyi when he visited in the month of between June and October. I want him to come out and tell the country. Because every time when he came to insult me in the funeral, he defended the Chinese contractor. Who will defend Kenyans who are contractors? Or does it mean Kenyans, we don't have capacity of doing roads? Even slashing and clogging drainages, do we need Chinese to come and slash? Where will our young people who do not have jobs go? So I want to dare him to tell the country what agreement did they agree on allegations of receiving $100 million from China, where he was paid an upfront of $50 million. And we have all the facts. We have the flight manifest. We know where the money is in Dubai. It is that some of us are just keeping what we call decency. But it has reached a time that the country must know the truth. And that is why he decided to ensure he gets protection from the House so that some of us do not speak and tell the country the truth. So no questions. I will rest at that. I will keep in touch. I'll just give you the one of KQ so that you can get you can share, because I have a copy, so that you get that specification of that aircraft. And I know media have been very critical to him going around the world. He has been trying to mobilize resources and ensure those resources are brought to the country. My only problem has been cabinet secretaries who sleep on the job, because the president has gone out, talk to the IMF, talk to everybody to get resources, so these CSS should work. Some of them, instead of working, they go on a shopping spree. They wear 130,000. It's called Salvatore Barmarco. They wear expensive watches. They wear a lot of things instead of concentrating on the core business. And that is our concern. And you know, as the oversight, we have also to assist. And you heard what I said in Bomet before the president. Finally, the president is keen on ensuring equitable development across the country. But the Kiswahili word say, kila mwamba ngoma uvuta kwake. Since I'm elected by the people of Nandi, I am there to always ask, just like any elected leader, to say, where is the share of Nandi? Other people from Mandera will do so. So kila mwamba ngoma uvuta kwake. I cannot answer for the other regions. I can only answer for Nandi, because there are many projects. Of course, issue of subsidized fertilizer, we thank the president, that one has been done. Yesterday we commissioned dryers of maize, it has been done. The price of maize is doing very well. Coffee and sugar reforms are ongoing. The issue of milk prices is being addressed. So this issue of roads, because CS Linturi brought to us dryers to Mosori at NCPB yesterday. This issue of roads is because somebody incompetent is busy demeaning some of us and insulting. And you know, my brother Murkomen is busy insulting people in funerals than fixing roads. And that is why I was assisting him, telling him, get back to road. You know, they say when you miss the road, get back to road. So thank you very much. God bless you. All the best. Thank you very much.
More Radio, 88.2 FM. We are in charge.